one of the governors, we think we took close to about 75% of the resources of the state.
One governor took 75% of the money from the state government?
And this is a state that is probably net over $1 billion in terms of revenue.
The National Security Advisor NUHU RIBADU has given a 7-day ultimatum to Hajia NAJATU Mohammed to withdraw her statement against him, otherwise he will go to court and seek redress. But Hajia NAJATU is sticking to her guns, insisting that she is not going to apologize for anything. It all started with NAJATU speaking in a TikTok video saying shame to RIBADU for turning 180-degree circle to serve as National Security Advisor to Tinubu after accusing him of being corrupt when he was EFCC chairman under Olusegun Obasanjo. RIBADU served as the pioneer EFCC chairman from 2003 to 2007. For those who understand Hausa, the full clip of what NAJATU Mohammed said will be at the end of the video. For those who didn't witness EFCC at the early stages, they might think what they are doing now is the worst of everything. They are breaking down doors, going after the weak, instead of going after politicians who have stolen billions of naira belonging to the Nigerian government. At the time NUHU RIBADU was in charge at the EFCC, they mostly focused on politically exposed persons, to the extent that opposition parties at the time started saying that the party in power, the PDP under Obasanjo, was using it to attack political rivals.
What are you listening to?
Big Ol' Live.
Is that a rapper?
Nah, it's a live stream rap. You don't know Big Ol' Live, man? It's for audit.
So for people who witnessed EFCC under NUHU RIBADU, they know that NUHU RIBADU of that time saw himself as a very powerful FBI director, Nigerian version, to the extent that he threatened many governors at the time that they would not be allowed to seek second term in office because of how corrupt they are. So it's surprising that he's now denying ever saying something like that against Tinubu. And by the way, this is not the first time this is being said against NUHU RIBADU. The time he contested for the presidency under HCN, a party that Tinubu promoted at the time, many people said this against him. What changed? Because after criticizing him, saying all sorts of unprintable words against him about his corruption, about his mode of governance, and many things, he now turned around and contested for the presidency under his party. So from that time up till now, he has been a Tinubu ally. Now, Mallam El RUFAI has joined issues with him, saying that NUHU RIBADU must have serious amnesia, saying that NAJATU Mohammed is correct. As a 7th minister at the time, Mallam El RUFAI was the FCT minister when NUHU RIBADU was the EFCC chairman. El RUFAI shared this piece from a newspaper which reported exactly what NAJATU Mohammed said in the video. He also cited examples that will prove that NUHU RIBADU actually called Ojuzo Kalo, Tinubu and others corrupt people. He said that NUHU RIBADU said something like that at the council meeting where he was present. And also he said something like that at the Senate hearing in 2006. The newspaper cutout reads, "We will frustrate Tinubu, Kalo, others, RIBADU. Governors seeking electoral positions will continue to be pursued by the EFCC," the chairman said yesterday. NUHU RIBADU, who spoke with newsmen at the presidential wing of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, however, said that the commission decided to single the Lagos State Governor Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, his Abia State counterpart Chief Ojuzo Kalo, and Governor Ibrahim Shekarau of Kano State out because they were the only governors seeking fresh elective positions. He vowed that the governors would be prosecuted for alleged corruption following their indictment by an administrative panel of inquiry. He said Tinubu and the rest, other governors in bracket, should consider themselves as very lucky. They ought to have been where Joshua Daroye, the impeached Plateau State Governor, Ayo Fayose, the impeached Ekiti State Governor, and DSP Alamesia, former Bayelsa State Governor, also impeached, are today. They cannot escape. They quoted NUHU RIBADU. They quoted his exact words. So this alone proves that Hajia NAJATU Mohammed is perfectly correct in her statement that NUHU RIBADU should be ashamed of himself someone he once claimed to be very corrupt, that should not escape prosecution for his corruption, he has now turned around full circle and is serving as a national security advisor under the same person.
And we are beginning to see the gains, what we call Tinubu gains. Hundreds of bandits are killed today, every day. Tinubu gains. You move everywhere in our own country today, free of fear. Tinubu gains. Things are changing. These so-called Lakura or whatever you call them, they are making a mistake. Nobody ever dares Tinubu and win. Nobody. They have come at a wrong time.
Ribadu can't really be serious about the 7-day ultimatum he gave NAJATU Mohammed to withdraw her statement because it is public knowledge. As a matter of fact, in the archives of the NTA, they should have many videos, if not thousands of videos of NUHU RIBADU talking about corruption, outrightly accusing sitting governors of corruption without showing the evidence, as at that time it was a press trial. Yes, he will go on air and start accusing and pointing accusing fingers at politically exposed persons who are still in office. That was why they spearheaded the impeachment of many governors. That of Bayelsa State Governor was very strange because only 6 or 7 persons impeached him. They didn't even form a quorum, but the impeachment was allowed so as to remove him from office in order to face trial. They did many things. In fact, at the time he released a list of all the governors, nearly about 20 of the governors that he said had cases of corruption that they must be tried. So he can't really be serious about an ultimatum, or is he trying to play to the gallery? They always feel holier than thou, but in reality it's all about their interest. Once that interest is covered, they throw away the fake patriotism. Now let's hear what NAJATU said about NUHU RIBADU.
Abin duk da na faɗa ina tsaye akan bakata. Dan Allah dan Annabi Nuhu Ribadu ya kai ni kotun koli ta Najeriya. Ba dai kotun Tinubu ba ce, dan Allah dan Annabi ya kai ni. Ina tsaye akan bakata. Abin da na faɗa shine Nuhu Ribadu da bakinsa har yanzu kuma magana nan tana nan a YouTube. Kowa ya duba ya gani. Kowa ya Google ya gani. Nuhu Ribadu da bakinsa ya fito ya ce Asuwaji Bola Tinubu lokacin da shi Nuhu Ribadu yana chairman na EFCC ya ce Asuwaji Bola Tinubu yana daga cikin manya-manyan masu cin rashawa da hanci na wato wanda za a nuna wa duniya a faɗa sarki. Ya ce kuma a gwamnoni na Najeriya Tinubu shine number 1 akan cin rashawa da cin hanci. Magana tana nan har yanzu a YouTube. Saboda haka ba zan janye ba. Abin da ya faɗa nake maimaitawa.
Amma
sannan kuma wanne ne ƙaryar da aka yi na cewar yanzu baya wa Tinubu sujada? Yanzu ba shi yake ba shi ne ma campaign manager din Tinubu ba. Me yake yanzu a matsayinsa na NSA? Wani tsaro yake? Baya aikin komai illa aikin zuga Tinubu da neman gindin zama ya ci gaba da sakarcin da yake. Ba zan janye ba, ban janye ba, ina na akan bakata. Ya kai ni kotu.
Amma hajiya watakila 'yan Najeriya ba sa ce wannan magana ce da an yi ta shekaru kamar da
dan annabi karka bata min lokaci kana ji ko?
Na'am.
Da mai gana da aka shekara 1000 da aka yi da wanda aka yi yanzu ne bambanci. Ya janye maganarsa cewar daman kenan ƙarya yawan Tinubu, kawai abin da muke so mu sani kenan. Da ya ce ga Tinubu ga da shi da Akuma da su Oji Kalu da a maganar da ya faɗa daman sharri ya musu. Shi ne kawai magana. Ya fito ya shi ya kamata ya faɗa a 'yan Najeriya cewar ƙarya yi musu. To in ya ce ƙarya yi musu to yanzu kenan yanzu ma ƙarya yake. Abin da na ce ina tsaye akan magana ta. Dan ya faɗa da kuma sai ya soke magana da ya faɗa da. Me ya canza?